Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to everyone. How's everybody doing? Hope that everyone is doing okay on this Saturday. God bless everybody. Let's start. God bless everybody in my country of Mexico. God bless everybody in my city of Tijuana. And also, God bless everybody in the United States of America. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice. Happy holidays to everybody. There's a big speculation, and I will do the confirmation as we are trying to get more info on if it is a reality. But you know, due to it is 28th of December, and is today, it's kind of like April Fool's, but it's today. We celebrated today. I did not want to post anything that it was, false information. But this information, we got it on the 25th, on the 26th, and the 27th of December. The speculation is strong that a new caravan is forming in the parts of Honduras. That's where it's forming right now, and it's getting together in San Pedro Sula, that is the capital of Honduras. That is where the caravan is reuniting. Is a new caravan that is coming to our country of Mexico, and they are moving for the same specific reasons. The newspaper Honduras, that is, let me move right here. Honduras, that is a mainstream media from Honduras. It's practically saying that there's a new caravan coming. And also that has been publicated on every social media in Honduras. This is the problem, people, that social media and all these spectaculars that they're putting on all these big signs of invitation of caravans are still happening. And it is amazing that people still are, advertising caravans for them to be sure to be moving out of Honduras. Now, this is the main reasons that they're coming. Is exactly the same reasons as all caravans have been moving. 1, poverty. 2, insecurity. And 3, the corruption in their country. Basically, what Mexico is suffering also, they're suffering also. Now, Honduras has turned into a third world secure country. Amazing that they are turning all the strategical parts and all the strategical countries into third world secure countries. And they are turning them for the reason for them to be, moving freely to the United States. So Honduras has been turned into a third world secure country, and Guatemala has been turned into a third world secure country. Now Mexico is a third world secure country. That way, all the route to the caravan is free. This caravan is about to be is going to be moving on the 15th and on the 16th of January. 15 and 16 of January is supposed to be moving from the capital of Honduras, San Pedro Sula. Amount or quantity of people, I don't know. If they're coming from different parts of the world, I don't know. The only information that we got at this point is that it's coming, and it's coming from Honduras, and it's forming in San Pedro Sula, that is the capital of Honduras, and they're going to head out on the 15th and on the 16th of January. So last time that a caravan tried to move in our country of Mexico, the National Guard did a fantastic job. They did a fantastic job on dismantling the caravan that it was moving by people from Africa, Haiti, and Central America, but the majority of them were from Africa. They dismantled that caravan because they did not have visas of transit. So without the visa of transit, you cannot move in the country freely, and you are not legal to be moving in the country. So let's see, the National Guard, how it behaves on this new caravan. There's supposedly speculation it's coming. There's a lot of mainstream media and a lot of social media from Honduras that is confirming that they are moving on the 15th and on the 16th of January of 2020, and that their purpose is to go to the United States because of poverty, because of insecurity, and because of corruption. It is exactly the same that, it is exactly the same as, Mexico has been suffering, and they want to do exactly the same process. That is the information that we got until this moment. A lot of, mainstream, a lot of social media have been sending me, messages from Honduras. I did not want to give them that credibility until I heard something about Honduras, that it's mainstream media that is credible. So it is also a confirmation that, they're moving out on the 15th, on the 16th of January from San Pedro Sula, that is the capital of Honduras. The amount and quantity, we don't know. They are forming right now the amounts of people. That is when they start, advertising the caravan, and they start, asking people if they want to move. They want to get together and move as a massive amount of people through every border. Last time, Guatemala was not agreeing on being a third world secure country. Ben Berquam and yours truly was in front of a protest with more than 400 Guatemala farmers and citizens, that they were against being a third world secure country. That Guatemala citizens, they did not want the caravans in their country. They don't want to be a third world secure country, but they want to migrate. Okay, migrate correctly, it's okay, but they want to migrate in caravans from Guatemala. It is weird. It's a double standard. So let's see what happens on Guatemala also. If this caravan really comes again, let's see what happens in Guatemala, how the Guatemala government and the Guatemala National Guard is going to be acting, and how, they're going to start communicating with the National Guard of Mexico that is supposedly right now on the river Suchiate, where the water rafts are at, that I visited twice. You guys already seen that footage. And, all that stuff. Let's see how our National Guard behaves, if our National Guard is going to be strong, if our National Guard is going to be capable of detaining them, if our National Guard is going to be capable of putting them on one particular place and make them stay on that particular place and not move from there. Let's see how the process for the Department of Immigration works. Let's see how our Border Patrol of Mexico works. Let's see how our National Guard, acts in regards of if there's retaliation or attacks. So let's see what happens, people. The only thing that is a confirmation is that another caravan. It's been speculated. I will put the post that it was delivered since the 26th, I think so, and it was post again on the 27th. Now is the 28th. It's post again that is coming. Let's see if it is a reality, or if it's just if it is just it's not just fake news. Let's see if it is a confirmation that they are really coming. Last time that they said that they were coming, a caravan formed and in Honduras, and it got dismantled in Guatemala. From Guatemala, it watered down to a couple hundred people. When they landed in Mexico, it was only 300 people, and in that caravan was estimated that there were going to be thousands. So it is the job of every government to make them migrate correctly, peacefully, and through every country, and to also stop this mass migration. because there's a lot of child trafficking, women trafficking, white white women they're trafficking white women also, women of color. They're trafficking organs and all these guns and all that stuff. So let's see how the security factor plays a big. It needs to play a big part on this. This little groups of caravans that they are scaring, and they're making people act with fear now, because they're saying we're coming, and we don't know how many of us are going to be there. So that is the same thing that it needs to be addressed. Security factor plays a big part right here, so it's a big issue. Now, jumping on another subject, I will do a program on Monday. I will do a program tomorrow. Tomorrow I will do a super chat on YouTube, so you guys can hear the audio on the ex-president of Bolivia. The ex-president of Bolivia, ex-president Quiroga. You know what happened with Evo Morales, a socialist president, that it was a dictator. He was for more than 12 years as a dictator in Bolivia. He asked for the political asylum for Mexico, and AMLO gave the political asylum to this guy. He paid for his security. He was giving him a monthly salary, and he was doing conferences around the country. He immediately went away. He went to Cuba, and from Cuba, he's supposedly going to go to Argentina. This is the ex-president of Bolivia. The intern president is a female, is Janine. I don't remember the last name. I will remember the last name. Janine, ex-president, intern president right now for Bolivia. Her name is Janine. AMLO criticized the intern president. Look how the capacity, the mental capacity of our president. He shows a lot of lack of respect for women. He shows lack of education. He shows also the lack of being a gentleman, to just for being an authority, and to being I don't even care if you came in wrong or came in right. You are the president of a country, so you need to respect that president because of what he represents. Now, AMLO pretty much disrespected the president, disrespected the intern Bolivian president, and ex-president Quiroga, that is a president from the right. He came out on a live interview explaining and practically ventilating what he feels about AMLO. It is amazing. You guys are going to be blown away. But what he says that AMLO is a coward, that AMLO is obeying orders from the United States, that is a lie, and that AMLO basically is bending down to every socialist and communist dictator. So he's calling AMLO a coward. He's calling him that he's kneeling down to old leaders, and he's not standing for his own people. So it is really important that we read and we analyze all these situations that are happening in Central America, because it affects Mexico and it goes up and up and up the north. So we will have that discussion, and we will talk about that subject tomorrow at a super chat on YouTube. I will give the date. I will give the hour specifically when I'm going to do the super chat tomorrow on Sunday, or let's see if I do it later on this afternoon, if it is a better possibility for me to do it this afternoon, so I can give you guys the actual information on the caravan later on this afternoon on a super chat on YouTube, and also the declarations of ex-president Quiroga of Bolivia, that he is talking about the reality about what he feels of AMLO. It is amazing how we are an embarrassment again, as we are an embarrassment to the world because of our leader. Again, our leader is called a coward. Again, our leader is called that he has no mental capacity to handle a country. Again, our leader is called that he is bending down to socialism and communism, leaders and dictators. And again, our leader is being called that he doesn't have the guts to stand for their own people. And it's another ex-president. It's not only ex-presidents from our country that are calling him out. It's everybody that is calling him out. because the country is getting out of his hands. So, recap for everybody. Speculation of a caravan that is coming on the 15th and 16th of January. It's almost a true fact that is forming in Honduras, in the capital of Honduras, in San Pedro Sula. The capital of Honduras, I think, is Tegucigalpa, but I think there's the city San Pedro Sula. I don't know which is the capital. I think it's Tegucigalpa, Honduras, Tegucigalpa. Yes, I think it's on Tegucigalpa, like the capital of Honduras. San Pedro Sula, or is San Pedro Sula? I remember both. I'm sorry, I apologize. And they're forming in the city of San Pedro Sula, and after that, they are going to be moving on the 15th or 16th of January. So, with that being said, the National Guard from Honduras needs to be ready. Security guards from Honduras need to be ready. Immigration guards in Mexico and the National Guard in Mexico need to be ready. And the sandwich of those three countries, that is Guatemala, it needs to be ready because, if it is a caravan that is coming, as they say, that is going to come again aggressively, and it's going to be people from Honduras that they want to demonstrate that the caravans are not over, that 2020 is going to be again a year of caravans. Let's see what happens. So this is a really short video for you guys, an informing capsule for you guys to hear, if you guys to know what is happening right now. God bless you all. Any questions that anybody has, I'll be right here for a couple of minutes. I can answer your questions, and I can answer. Tegucigalpa. That's what I thought. Yeah, and Honduras capital is Tegucigalpa. Yes, that's what I thought. San Pedro Sula is a city in Honduras. Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember. Also, for everybody that wants to ask a question, I'll be right here for a couple of minutes. Nice sweater, Blue. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a gift. Thank you. Questions, everybody? Melissa Sharp, how you doing, Miss Melissa? Is Mexico able to house these people? We are not able to house our own people. So imagine what is going to happen. Now, there's a new shelter that is just open, and this is the thing that is going to be, concerning for Tijuana citizens, that there is a new shelter for capacity to 3,000 to 5,000 people. Now, we already know if this shelter is already open from 3,000 to 5,000 people. Imagine where they're going to come. So the majority of people are going to come to Tijuana. Let me just go back to the comments right here. Oscar, are these bad people coming? We don't know. There's good people, bad people, like everything. It's a mixture. How frustrated are the Mexican people? It is pretty frustrating, I can tell you. In the capital of in the city of Tapachula, that is the one that has been suffering a lot. Tabasco, Oaxaca, Tampico, Yucatan, and also all the borders of our country. That is Sonora, Nuevo León, Tamaulipas, Chihuahua, and also Coahuila and Baja California. That is our state. Our Africans being sent back? No, they're not. They're staying right there in Tapachula, waiting for their visas of transit. Louisiana here. Hi, Oscar Blue. Your president is a puppet, much like a lot of our congressmen and congresswomen in the USA. I agree with that. Keep telling the truth while you can. Thanks so much. Does Trump know? I don't know. Brian Worth says, good evening, Oscar. Merry Christmas, brother, to you and your family. Thank you so much, Mr. Brian, and I hope that you are, with your family, and Merry Christmas to you and all your loved ones. Are they heading for the USA? That is their main purpose, to go to the United States of America. Is Soros behind all of this? Yes, Soros is behind all of this, and the United Nations is behind all of this, because all of these countries are signed into the United Nations Pact, that is 154 countries, that they are for open borders and for free of transit to migrate to whatever country of these 154 countries they are. The United States didn't sign again. They didn't sign the United Nations Pact of Immigration, so Canada signed it. That is why this transit is really important for them. Oscar, the intel I gotten is many our soldiers are coming. Your soldiers in the United States of America, I don't know. I haven't got no information of that. 45,000 a month are still coming. And it's a little bit more higher than that, Miss Karen. It's way more higher than that. Saludos, Blue. God bless you. Saludos, señora Maida Santos. Saludos. This is ridiculous for you all. I'm sorry. Yes, I know. This is insane. Yes, 13 Democratic states are giving illegal immigrants driver's license. That is a provocative, and that is an incentive that you guys are provoking, and the government of the Democratic states, and not you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't express myself well. The Democratic states are instigating, and they're incentivizing for people to cross illegally and to come in massive, caravans. When you give free stuff, they will come for it. Oscar, don't these people know that the U.S. are not letting them in now? They're letting them in. The United States is not closed for asylum seeking. I can tell you that. But the United States, it is closed, as the United Nations Pact talks about open borders and open the gates. Now, regarding that subject, yes, the United States is closed. It's not closed for people to be asking asylum. I will tell you that. That is against an international treaty that they have. But mass migration through the mountains, through the lakes, through the desert, it is happening, and that is illegal, and I agree with you with that. Stay safe, and God bless you always for all you find out. Thank you so much. What part of Mexico are they heading to? They are heading to, if the speculation is that we have a new shelter that is open for 3,000 to 5,000 people. So, I'm afraid that they are going to be coming to the city of Tijuana. That shelter is not packed. That shelter almost just already has just only to 50 to 100 people on just right now. So they have a lot of capacity for migrants to come. We wouldn't know any of this if it wasn't for you. Thank you so much, Ms. Denny Billock. The UN is pushing this huge migration. Yes, it is. Do you know about how many are coming? No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the amounts, and I don't know the entities where they're coming. Hi, Oscar Blue Ramirez. Hi, Cassandra McSparron. Thank you so much, Oscar. We need you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Linda Lacassi. No soldiers in the caravan. The UN using climate change negative to push the NWO. It's not only that, brother. They're using the United Nations Pact of Education, and then from there, they're going to start using another global pact that is going to be called the International Global Pact of Environment. Of the environment, something like that. They're going to be using that, so people, start acting together to push this new world order agenda on regarding, environment, education, and migration. And also law. Have a great New Year's. May God bless you and your family. Thank you so much, Richard Warren. Thank you so much for your information. Our media is not reporting anything like this at all. It's worse than people know. Many Americans do not even know this is happening. Soon it will be too late. Thanks so much, Ms. Mary Golden. I send you a big hug, Ms. Mary Golden. Who is working with Soros to make this happen? A lot of leaders, the elite, the bankers, dictators, socialists. All of these people are working with Soros, and all these people are commanded, and they're puppets for Soros, and they're puppets as Soros is working also with the Vatican and also with the Pope. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of money. Leaders from the Middle Eastern countries like Al-Hassar and Abu Dhabi, they are working with the Pope right now and putting together the Global Pact of Education. There's a lot of people working on this New World Order and the Agenda 2030. We need to read a little bit more about, who, AI, artificial intelligence, all of this stuff that is coming real strong to the Western culture, and is coming real strong to us. California is the big one for giving them free things. Statistically, they said that it's not only California, it's New York and it's New Jersey that they are the ones that they are giving also. That they have mass inflation of migrants in their states. California, New York, and New Jersey are the top three in the United States of America where they migrate. Thank you for always being on top of this. I'm so tired of these caravans. They are draining us dry. Imagine me. But I understand you. My neighbor is from Honduras. His brother and mom were in the first caravan 2 years ago. Angel keeps me informed from the brother and her mother back in Honduras. Okay. This is a global scale agenda, Oscar. Really scary. Yes, it is. Will you be videoing this caravan? I will try to, if it comes, if it's coming, and if it is a reality, and if it is, a fact, because they get watered down. A caravan starts speculating that there are 20, 30,000, and they water down to 3,000 to 4,000 because people get tired and people get sick, and a lot of people die on their journey on these caravans. These caravans are pushing. They're really insecure caravans. This is why I blame the United Nations for this. The United Nations is the one that is provoking all of these people to suffer on these caravans. This is not the way to migrate. This is the incorrect way to migrate. And this is the incorrect way to push an immigration situation on every country. It is really incorrectly. And it's also, pushing a lot of child trafficking. So if I have the opportunity, if it is really coming, and if I have the opportunity to ultimately, go to a place and do coverage for you guys and for everybody in the Mexican public and my city of Tijuana, of course I will do it gladly. I will do it for you guys. The purpose for driver's licenses voting to get added to Democrats' voting roster. That is another topic that it regards, the United States, people like you guys. I'm not in your country. I cannot really touch on the subject, but the only thing that I can say is that the strategy as the Democrat agenda. They're really smart. They are, they're running Congress now. Democrats are running Congress now. They don't want to impeach the president of the United States. They want to impeach him, but that is not the main purpose. Impeachment doesn't mean anything if it has to go through the Senate. Now, you guys have two elections really important for your country on 2020. It's not only the president, but it is the Senate. Democrat agenda, what they want to do is not only to have the power in Congress, but also, to be empowered in the Senate. That is, a lot of Republicans are saying, get the hell out of here. That is not going to happen. But that is their strategy. That way, they can dominate Congress, they can dominate the Senate, and also ultimately, they can, dominate as they are trying to impeach the president of the United States. That is what I think. Call me crazy. Isn't there anything your Mexican people can do about the influx of so many? It's not about the Mexican people. It's about the Mexican government. It's not about us. We are not allowed to have guns. If we defend ourselves, it will be completely difficult, and it is completely different as the United States of America. Also, the United States of America needs to stop sending Democratic agenda over here to our borders, activists and liberals, to be pushing for the open border agenda. Everybody needs to be, assuming their own responsibility and their own part. If we need to stop this together, this globalist agenda, we need to stop also the Democratic agenda of pushing open borders for insecurity for migrants and all these liberal people that they want open borders and all this activism that is happening over here in your side of a country and of our side of a country. We need to push for our security with the National Guard so they can dismantle the caravan as they did on this last caravan that it was trying to form over here. I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you, Blue, for this information. Miss Linda Burns Walker, thank you so much. God bless you. trying to read comments right here as they're going real fast, people. But, you know, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm trying to read as much as I can. Well, then how come the cartels have weapons? Well, our government is pretty corrupt, and the cartels and the government work together. It's a really different scenario that is regarding with the United States. A lot of the guns that the cartel has is because they're trafficking it. They're trafficking from the United States to Mexico. That is a reality, and that is the truth. It's not a lie. And also guns that they're coming from Russia and from Venezuela. So they empower all of this, you know, all this armory from all different parts of countries. You know, it's difficult. It's difficult to fight a cartel when it's powerful and when it's a multi-million business. It's not a thing that you just, you know, pick up a gun and say, drop your gun and just leave it right there and it's never going to happen. No, these organizations of organized crime, they're really strong. They're strong. They have high technology. They have high equipment. They have, you know, high automobile equipment. Also, they have, you know, routes. They have also intelligence. They have architects. They have engineers. They have doctors. They have hospitals. They have schools. They have everything. They have communities. They own lands. So it's pretty difficult to be just say, how can the cartels have it and you guys don't? You know, it's a different country. We are in Mexico. You guys are in America. Mexico is pretty difficult to make it understand. Under Article 10 of our Constitution states that we have the ability to have a gun and own a gun, but we have to go to other processes, and those are called lagoons. That they are an extension of our Constitution. Those lagoons say that we have the possibility of owning the gun, but we have to go to certain processes, like do military service and go to Sedena. That there's another department, and from there in Sedena they will tell you which gun you can own and where you can carry it and where you can use it and if you use it wrongly in different parts in different situations, you can be immediately arrested. So it's a really different scenario in comparison of your country, a first-class world country, to our country. Sir. Questions, everybody? Exactly. Fast and Furious. Exactly. Exactly. Fast and Furious. Exactly. Questions, everyone. One more question. Well, thank you so much. Have a great evening today, this Saturday. Enjoy your time with your family and enjoy your time with your friends and family. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful Saturday. Always remember, follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he's running for Congress in District 16 of El Paso. Also follow Sandra Lee Whitten as she's running for Congress also. Big hugs to everybody. Stay safe. And always remember, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first.